again. Welcome to another in Techno Teachers Pre-PEP Science Series. Today we will be doing soils. You can see on the screen a soil is all cracked up. The soil is all cracky and cracked up. I wonder what's the reason for that. But that couldn't be good, right? That couldn't be good for the soil. So today we'll be learning about soils. So let's go. Let's read what is on the screen. Soil is made up of air, water, and other matter. Decayed plants and animals in soil is called humus. Humus has lots of nutrients that are good for the soil. The three types of soils are clay, sand, and loam. Loam is also called garden soil and is a mixture of clay, sand, and humus. Loam allows plants to grow well. Clay is heavy and does not allow water to drain through it easily. Clay, however, allows plants to grow well in it. Sandy soil, on the other hand, is light and water drains through it easily. Sandy soil does not allow plants to grow well. Loam is the best soil to grow plants in. Okay, let's discuss what we just read a little bit. Soil is made up of air, water, and other matter being like animal remains, dead animals left back, insects, and other things that humans use like plastic, cloth, paper, things like that. Tree leaves can be in it. Pots broken up, dishes broken up, anything that you leave in the soil, all of that makes up the soil. So soil is made up of air, water, and other matter that I just told you what the other matter are. Okay, next, the clayed plants and animals in soil is called humus. So the dead plants and animals that are in the soil and are decaying and becoming rotten, are called humus. And humus is actually good for the soil. It has lots of nutrients and it helps plants to grow. It helps plants and trees to grow well. Okay, there are three types of soil. The three types of soil are clay, sand, and loam. Loam is the most nutritious, you can say. Is the most nutritious of all the soil. It helps all the plants to grow well and all the trees to grow well. Loam is a mixture of clay, sand, and humus. Remember what humus is? Dead plants and animals that are decaying and rotting. So loam is a mixture of clay, sand, and humus, and loam is called garden soil. Garden soil because you can put it in the garden and help the plants to grow well. Okay, you can actually buy it too, I think. You can actually buy garden soil, I think, to put in the garden to help your plants to grow well. Okay, clay is heavy and does not allow water to drain through it easily, but plants grow well in it. And on the other hand, sandy soil is light and allows water to go through it and allows water to drain through it easily, and sandy soil is not good to grow plants in. Sandy soil can be like the soil that you see that people used to make house, right? But they have sand, also have sandy soil on the beach, right? But sandy soil is not very good to grow plants in. Okay, so sandy soil, plants do not grow very well in sandy soil. So the best soil to grow plants in is loam. Loam, also called garden soil. The best soil to grow plants in is loam. Okay, so I'll read the screen over again one more time, once more. Read the screen once more. Soil is made up of air, water, and other matter. Decayed plants and animals in soil is called humus. Humus has lots of nutrients that are good for the soil. The three types of soils are clay, sand, and loam. Loam is also called garden soil and is a mixture of clay, sand, and humus. Loam allows plants to grow well. Clay soil is heavy and does not allow water to drain through it easily. Clay, however, allows plants to grow well in it. Sandy soil, on the other hand, is light and water drains through it easily. Sandy soil does not allow plants to grow well. Loam is the best soil to grow plants in. Weathering is the breaking apart of rocks into smaller pieces by chemicals and the elements of weather such as wind, water, and temperature. Erosion is the removal of the top layer of soil by wind or water, as in flooding and hurricane. Soil erosion is caused by deforestation, poor farming, and overgrazing by animals such as cows, goats, and horses. Deforestation is cutting down too much trees, and overgrazing is eating too much grass off the land, leaving it without grass and dry. Okay, let's discuss a little bit what we have here. Weathering is the breaking apart of rocks into smaller pieces by chemicals and the elements of weather such as wind, water, and temperature. So what is weathering? Weathering is when rocks break into smaller pieces into very tiny pieces and chip off, just like how we saw the chippy soil in the first screen for this video. Something like that. It gets dry and it breaks apart. The pieces of rock or soil break apart, that is, and fall off. The pieces of rock or soil break apart and fall off. That is called weathering. What are chemicals? Chemicals are liquids that are strong. Okay, can be gases too. So chemicals are things that are strong, and they can help to make the rock chip apart because they are so strong. Bleach, strong bleaches like a chemical. Something like soap also could be something like a chemical. Strong things that can make things break apart, get thinner and break apart. And chemicals don't have to make things break apart. They also have different uses. They perform different actions. They make things happen. Like maybe they can color your hair, use chemicals to color your hair, to wash your hair, things like that. Things to color your hair, to perm your hair, cream your hair, and to press it, to use it to help press your clothes. You can spray starch, things like that, or something like that. Those would be like chemicals. They help to make things work better and cause different actions and things. Okay, so weathering is breaking apart of smaller rocks into, weathering is breaking apart of rocks into smaller pieces by chemicals, and also by the elements of weather, or also by weather such as wind. Wind can blow the pieces of rocks away. Okay, and water can let the pieces of rocks run off. And temperature can make too much heat or too much cold can make the rock or the soil get drier and break apart, and pieces of it chip off and go away, run off with the wind and the water. Okay, the water and the wind pieces of the soil and rock can run off with the water and the wind, helped by temperature. So all of them work together. The temperature, the water, and the wind can work together to help cause weathering. Okay, let's move on to erosion. Erosion is the removal of the top layer of soil by wind or water, as in flooding and hurricane. So you have flood, you have rain, and the top layer of soil is run off because the water runs it off. Okay, so just the top layer comes off when it comes to erosion, just the top layer. So it's different from weathering, because weathering would be like the blocks getting dry and chipping away, breaking it off. It can crack, go far down, but weathering is just a top layer coming off due to water. But erosion, if I didn't say erosion a while ago, but erosion is just the top layer coming off due to the pressure of water running off it. Okay, so now soil erosion can be caused by deforestation. What is deforestation? Deforestation is cutting down trees. Deforestation is cutting down trees. Trees help to keep the soil intact and together. So trees help to keep the soil together. When you cut down the trees, it helps to cause erosion, helps to cause water to run off the top soil, to let the top soil, helps to cause water to let the top soil run off. Okay, so deforestation is bad, so you shouldn't cut down trees. If you cut down trees, plant another one to let it grow, and so you can still have trees there. Okay, so still plant another tree. So plant another tree if you have to cut down a tree. Plant one. Replace each tree with one that is cut down. So if you cut down trees, plant another tree to replace it. If you cut down trees, plant another tree to replace it. Okay, and poor farming, you have ways to farm properly. You have to do everything can be done properly, and farming is one thing that you can also do properly. And you cannot farm properly in the sense that you can plant crops that are bad for the soil. You can cut out the crops and leave the area dry, just like you cut down the trees, you cut down the plants and sell them, and there's nothing there to replace it. The ground is just there dry, so that when rain falls, the water runs off the top and causes soil erosion. Also, overgrazing by animals. Overgrazing. What is grazing? Grazing is when the animals eat the grass of the land. The animals eat grass. Cows, animals such as cows and horses and goats eat grass, and so you call it that they graze the grass. And overgrazing is when they eat too much grass off the land and leave the land empty. There's nothing there. So the grass can have the same effect that the trees have. The grass can also keep the soil intact and tight together. If you don't have the grass on the soil as well, it can cause soil erosion as well. So you shouldn't allow animals to eat off all the grass and leave the soil or leave the ground empty and dry. You should let them graze different sections. Let them eat the grass on different sections, and allow each section to have grass on it. Allow the grass to grow back. Allow the grass to grow back before all the grass is eaten off by the animals. Okay, so I will read over what I had here. Weathering is the breaking apart of rocks into smaller pieces by chemicals and the elements of weather such as wind, water, and temperature. Erosion is the removal of the top layer of soil by wind or water, as in flooding and hurricane. Soil erosion is caused by deforestation, poor farming, and overgrazing by animals such as cows, goats, and horses. Deforestation is cutting down too much trees, and overgrazing is eating too much grass off the land. Overgrazing is animals eating too much grass off the land, leaving it without grass and dry. Soil conservation is taking care of the soil. Soil conservation can be done by rotating crops, terracing, planting suitable crops for the soil, not allowing overgrazing by animals, and planting trees on eroded slopes. Okay, let's explain a little bit what we have here. Soil conservation. What is soil conservation? Soil conservation is taking care of the soil. The word conservation means to take care of, or to use as little of as you can so that it lasts as long as it can. So soil conservation is taking care of the soil. Soil conservation can be done by a number of different ways. Soil conservation can be done by rotating crops. What is rotating crops? That is taking turns when you plant crops, or planting one crop this time, planting another crop another time, then planting another crop another time. Or say you call one crop A, and you call the next crop B, and the next crop C. You plant crop A, then you plant crop B, then you plant crop C, then you plant crop A, then you plant crop B, then you plant crop C, then you plant crop A again, then crop B again, then crop C. Or let's make it easier. Say you're planting mango trees. Say you're planting mangoes, plums, and guineas. So first 1 year you plant mango trees, the next year you plant plums, the next year you plant guineas, then the following year you plant mangoes again, and the following year you plant plums again, and the following year you plant guineas again, then the following year you plant mangoes again, then the following year you plant plums again, then the following year you plant guineas again, and so on, and you continue with that every year. So that is rotating crops. So when you rotate the crops, each crop actually uses different nutrients in the soil. So when you rotate it, you give the soil time to get back the nutrients and to keep the nutrients in it. Okay, so that is the reason why you rotate crops, because you want to keep the nutrients in the soil, and you also want to give it time to get back the nutrients that one crop used up, because the soil will get back the nutrients over time. But so you don't plant it the same, you don't keep planting the same thing every year. You give it time, give the soil time to get back the nutrients. You give the soil time to keep the nutrients that are in it, and also to get back the nutrients that one crop used up. Terracing. That's another way to practice soil conservation. What is terracing? Terracing is when you make something similar to steps in the soil. Steps are like stairs. You know the steps on a stair? Steps on a stairs, or steps on stairs. Okay, so the steps on a stair, something similar to that. That is what terracing is. In that way, when the rain falls, you won't have the water running off so quickly, because it will gather on one step first before it goes down to the other step below, and then it gathers on that step below before it goes down to the other step further below. Then it gathers on that step again before it goes down to the other step below. Then it gathers on that step again before it goes down to the other step below, and so on. So the water won't run off so quickly, so it helps to keep soil erosion from happening. So terracing is good for the soil. Also, another way to practice soil conservation is planting suitable crops for the soil. So if you know that a soil has a certain nutrients in it, you will plant the nutrients suitable for the soil. Okay, and try not to let the plant that you plant in the soil rob the soil of too much nutrients that are present in the soil. See, not like we were talking about with rotating crops. So planting suitable crops for the soil, so that the nutrients, so that the crop does not rob or steal or take away the nutrients from the soil. Also, not allowing overgrazing by animals. So it's like a repeat of almost of what we were saying before, but also not allowing overgrazing by animals. That's another way to practice soil conservation. Remember what overgrazing was? When animals eat off too much grass off the land. So not allowing animals to eat off too much grass off the land, or not allowing animals to overgraze, or not allowing overgrazing by animals is another way to practice soil conservation. And also another way to practice soil conservation is by planting trees on eroded slopes, because the eroded slopes, they were really eroded because trees weren't there, right? It was dry land, and there weren't any trees there. So when the rain fall, the top layer ran off. So you can plant trees on the eroded slopes to help to prevent erosion, to help to prevent soil erosion, okay? To help to prevent erosion, or to help to prevent erosion of the soil. So those are ways to practice soil conservation, or those are ways to conserve the soil. So let's read this again. Soil conservation is taking care of the soil. Soil conservation can be done by rotating crops, terracing, planting suitable crops for the soil, not allowing overgrazing by animals, and planting trees on eroded slopes. Okay, here we have two pictures. The first picture shows a geologist examining a rock. That rock looks very cracky. You can see, as you can see, I think the rock looks very cracky. So that rock is in the process of being having weathering done to it. Okay, so weathering is being done on that rock. It's very cracky, and it's going to chip away and blow away and run away with water when rain falls. And when the time gets hot or cold, it will chip away some more. Okay, so that is a geologist examining a rock which will join the soil when it chips away and erodes. Okay, beside it you have a plant going up through the soil. There's a plant going through the soil, and I can imagine that this is loam, garden soil, that this plant is growing in, because the plant looks very healthy, right? So it should be a good nutritious soil that the plant is growing in. So this, I can imagine, is garden soil or loam that the plant is in. Okay, so that ends our video. On soils. Did you learn anything? Did you learn a lot? You learned a lot about soil, right? What did you learn? What did you learn about soils? Okay, we learned that Air is a mixture of different particles, and water. No, we learned that soil. We learned that soil is a mixture of air, water, and different particles. And we also learned, what else did we learn? We learned about the different types of soil. We learned about garden soil, loam, and which is loam. We learned about garden soil, which is loam, and we learned about clay and sand. And we also learned about weathering and erosion, and we learned about soil conservation, and we learned a little about practicing good farming techniques. Okay, so we learned a lot, yes. So you can watch this video over and over until you know it from memory. So what else is there to say now? Bye bye for now. We'll talk again. So bye bye for now. Bye bye. You are invited to join my free pre-PEP study group in WhatsApp for children that are 5 to 8 years old. If the child is a little older, you can always let them be in the group if you think they need the group. Otherwise, I have a PEP group for older children from 9-year-old to even older than PEP, such as 15 years old, as long as they need the lessons that are gone over in the group. All you have to do is WhatsApp me and simply ask to join. My WhatsApp number is 353-4752, and the area code for Jamaica is 876 if you are not in Jamaica, that is. So people who are not in Jamaica are welcome to join if you would like to join it. Okay, thank you.
Mommy, I hear
Okay,
me.
say bye. Don't become say bye for now. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Something for your child to do this summer. GSAT and PEP past papers and practice tests with answers. Only $4,000 for 50 tests with answers. Email Jamaica Island Link at yahoo.com for free samples and payment information. These are GSAT and PEP past papers and practice tests with worked out and explained answers for the mathematics and answers for the other subjects. You should give your child who is entering grade 4, 5 or 6 these tests to do in the summer before they start school in September. So if the child is going in grade 4, if a child is going in grade 5, or if a child is going in grade 6, they can do these tests. So remember, if a child is going in grade 4, they can do these tests. GSAT and PEP starts from grade 4. So you should watch my videos from as early as grade 3. And then when the child is going, before the child goes to school in September, in the summer before they start school, in the summer before they start grade 4, they can do these practice tests. GSAT actually starts from grade 4, and PEP actually starts from grade 4, and it continues in grade 5. Grade 6 is just a revision grade. You only revise in grade 6. The months September, October, November, and the half of December that your child goes to school in grade 6 is just revision of what they did in grade 4 and grade 5. Yes, the months September, October, November, and the half of December that they go to school in grade 6 is just revision that they do during those times. They revise what they did in grades 4 and grade 5. Come January and February, it's just practice tests and mock exams. As of January, it's just practice tests and mock exams that your child does in school. So you should have done you should have done all the reading, watched all the videos, did all the studying before January in grade 6. After that, it's just practice tests and mock exams. After that, it's just stress to try to let the child get to catch up after January. It's stress. It can be done, but it's stressful. So start these tests. You can do them in the summer before your child starts grade 4, or in the summer before your child starts grade 5, or in the summer before your child starts grade 6. Something useful to do in the summer: GSAT and PEP, past papers, and practice tests with answers. So write down that email address. Write down the email address: Jamaica Island Widelink at yahoo.com. Jamaica Island Widelink at yahoo.com. And email me to get free samples of the test of the GSAT and PEP, past papers, and practice tests with answers. You will get free samples, and then you can decide to purchase the set of 50 tests with answers. So you can email me from the email address that you would like the test sent to, so that I will have the email address ready and correct to send the test to. So email me from the email address that you would like the test sent to. So go ahead, write down that email address and ask for free samples now. and prepare for GSAT and PEP from early. Do not wait until it is just about 1 or 2 or 3 months away from the exam. Do not wait until your child does the mock exam, the mock test, in December or in January or February to decide to get extra help or to get these tests to practice on and to listen to these videos. Do it from way ahead of the time. Do not wait until after Christmas to do these tests. If you are going to prepare for Christmas 3 months, if you are going to take 3 months to prepare for Christmas, you should take much longer than that to prepare for a test, okay? So, do not wait until it is too late to start preparing. Start preparing from now. Start preparing from before grade 4. I cannot stress that enough. Start preparing from before grade 4. Start preparing from now. Do not wait until it is late. Not that it is impossible to study for a test for 2 or 3 months. Take 2 or 3 months to prepare for a test and pass. But it depends on the person. Okay, it depends on how much the person knows already. Some students are way behind at 1 or 2 months before the test. So it's not a good idea to take chances. So start preparing from now. Start preparing from early. Start preparing from before grade 4. I know that you won't wait until the last minute to start preparing for GSAT or PEP, right? Yes, you won't wait until the last minute. You won't do that. You might, a student might wait, or a parent might wait until a student does the mock exam in December, January or February, and then he or she might fail 1 subject, 2 or 3 subjects, or all 4 or 5 subjects. They might get 60 or 70%, and just a little work might be needed to improve on that subject, or more than 1 subject in that at that grade. Or the student might get 20 or 30% and have guessed everything, and will need a lot of work to be done. So you're not going to do that. You're not going to be caught unprepared. You're not going to wait until the last minute. You're going to prepare from early. Start preparing from before grade 4. Start preparing from now. Subscribe to my channel to get updates of new videos that are available on YouTube as soon as they become available. So go ahead and click that subscribe button. It's free. Like and subscribe, and also you're invited to share my videos. So when you subscribe, when I upload a video, for instance, if the video you are watching is Social Studies Part 2, when I upload Social Studies Part 3, you will get a notification on your computer right away that I have uploaded Social Studies Part 3, and you can go ahead and see the video. So go ahead, click that subscribe button right now. Thank you for watching. You should watch these GSAT videos over and over again until you know them from memory. Repetition is important. You can always message me if you have any questions or need further help using my email address, my Facebook page, or the telephone numbers that are shown on the screen. So bye bye for now. Bye bye.